Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kenos, and we are here tonight for another one of Split 7. Yes, we are at Split 7. It feels as though we only just saw Option 12 kick ass, but we are now here for Split 7, Week 3 of the prelims. And I am joined for this set of games by Token. How you doing, Token?
I am doing fantastic.
Glad to hear it. I hope our players are doing fantastic. I hope you in the chat are doing fantastic, assuming we have people in the chat hanging out. And we will just tell the players that we are ready to go. For those of you who are just joining us, have no idea what's going on, we are running through basically giving our players for Split 7 a chance to strut their stuff, to show us what they're made of, to give us a better idea of what teams they will fit in on when Split 7 starts proper. We will have two teams. We will have Cowbell versus Brew City Brawlers, whose names will be apparent once we head into the Champ Select. A couple of games today, 2 or 3. I haven't been informed about exactly which ones they will be. Token, have you more information than I do on that?
I have no idea as well.
Fantastic.
I'm hoping for at least 3, or at most 3.
So here is the fun part about this. Once the teams flip around, the names will be the same. So that makes it a fun challenge for us casters trying to keep everything straight, and for you at home. But here we go into Champ Select. Allegedly, the players are in the correct order because we like having our, jobs a little bit easier here at the casting desk. But we will see what they hit us with here. Allegedly, Brew City Brawlers, the team on the left, blue team, is in order, and we have a Jin ban right away. And a Morgana. Obviously, with Gregosaurus and Lizabear, anyone who saw the last split kind of knows what they're about. J-Dog as well up in that top position, assuming he will also be in the top position for this. So Morgana ban, very obvious. I wonder if we'll see a Swain ban as well. Would you be expecting a Swain ban, Token?
I am actually not sure with this new season. Oh, there is the Swain ban right there. So it looks like they're targeting both Greg and Eliza here, mostly, by the way the first 2 bans go. I'm not sure with the Jin ban. I guess they think it's OP, but in my opinion, I actually don't think 80 carries are great at this moment. I think another ban could be going off elsewhere.
Yeah, bans for Brew City are all over the place here, but currently we have Cowbell, like you said, focusing due to the flexibility of this mid and bot lane setup. And the Samira, the Dante, as the last ban.
We got female Dante out of this game. That is great. First pick will be interesting to see. I wonder what they will go for. Whether it's going to be a mid support flex or
mid
there
support
you go,
flex.
Mid support flex. Lux, I actually believe is probably one of the higher top when we think of these games, because you have to think that this is not like challenger queue for any viewers coming in. I don't know if any challengers would ever watch this game, but. Lux, I think, is one of the low elo stoppers at this time. Personally speaking from experience playing a bunch of Lux.
Just one of the new Anivia.
Yes, I actually been trying to try that out, but I've been griefed in about 3 games where people just don't want to play. So I've been having to I'm just been watching people just leave lobbies. But I do hear that there's a lot of mages in the bot lane that are really good because of the way Imperial mandate has been made. I.e., hey Riot, you should probably nerf that item.
Yeah, that is also worth noting for anyone who's going through the archive of games later. We are on a new season, so everyone is mad about that. And
yeah. All the items are still in balance. ADCs, it's actually interesting that they pick up Ashe here. Urgot, I'm not too surprised because I think our Sexy Fridge, our top laner, is a bit of a Urgot main, from what I can see from his account. Again, I can't tell too much. He could just be a new player as well, who's just happy to be on Urgot. And we have the Lucian. So we have we have somewhat of an all-in comp coming in from is it
Brew City?
Is it Cabo? Yeah, Brew City. Yeah, Brew City already. And we have Ashe Zyra in the bot lane. Ooh, that is interesting.
I like the Renekton pick. J-Dog has been comfortable on that in the past. So it's nice to see him going in for something more stable, more steady. If we have similar teams in Game 2, I would be interested to see if they decide to box out the Renekton, but Lizabear is so strong with these bot lane champions into the support role that they just got to look out for that as well.
I think Prowler wants to play ADC this split, because I heard that he wants to try a different role each time he plays. So this will be an interesting experience to see Prowler ADC for the first time. So if Prowler, if I'm flaming you, it's only because I'm a support main and I just want you to be better. So when I play against you, hopefully I don't crush you as hard.
And Prowler, every horrible thing I say is constructive criticism.
Constructive criticism. So this is interesting. It's a 2-mid bet against Greg. They're thinking that Lux is obviously going support here, which obviously is a smart choice. Lizabear's pool is quite small, so it's pretty much in the belief that this has to be a Lux support here.
Well, we'll see if that gamble pays off or not. With these sort of flex picks, sometimes you can just do a complete 180 and get something else out there. Still don't have a jungle pick for Brew City. Would like to see someone durable.
Here's the Amumu. Pick the Amumu. Amumu is like one of those characters that has been nerfed, but is still super strong. So I'm not too surprised that Cowbell picks up the Amumu here. It works well synergy-wise. You have the Zyra ultimate that goes well with the Curse, the Ashe ultimates to knock people, stun people more, and Urgot as well. Urgot.
Yeah, I mean, Amumu's kit just works really well. One of the reasons why you can nerf him into the ground, but he's still good, is because he has this solid kit that can combine with many abilities. Looks as though the Lux gamble was correct.
Yep, so it looks like he's going with Ahri. I'm a little surprised they banned Annie and not Ahri instead. Annie's a little bit easier to play around, and we're going to obviously get Burn to Heretic, I think is a Warwick and Volibear player. So from what I've seen from his games, so it would have been interesting if both those bans were actually pivoted towards Burn to Heretic and we could have seen something different. But I can understand why you would want to focus Greg here. Oh, don't pick Galio. Pick a poke champ. Okay. So my problem with the Galio into the Ahri from watching different games is, yes, you do have the durability that comes later on, but you have to remember that he has to sort of get there within the first couple of items. The Ahri still technically has the lead quite early on, and if Greg plays this right, if the Galio messes a little bit too much on the way of minion positioning, Ahri could have essentially a permanent freeze on the Galio, and the Galio has a sad day till he gets first item, and even past 6.
Yeah, this mid lane matchup's going to be interesting. I'm obviously going to keep an eye up on that top lane. J-Dog did have struggles with it last split. And what are your thoughts on the bot lane? Obviously, we have Prowler in a new role.
So, I prefer Ashe Zyra. I never liked Lucian, just because he spikes at one item, only does well if he snowballs early, and if you come out even, you end up sort of just losing. Also to the fact that Lucian is sort of hard countered by both Ashe Zyra, just because if you try to do the all-in with the ultimate, you get snared, Ashe ultied, into Zyra ultied, and you're just a sad boy from there on in. If you try to disengage, well, you're already losing a lot of the Lucian sort of all-in potential, and you're trying to also snowball that lead early on. So Lucian Lux is a little bit of this weird dichotomy where they're trying to play somewhat of a poke with Lux and all-in-y with Lucian, while Ashe Zyra is like this sort of staple sort of synergy where you can go, well, we can either disengage all at the same time or we can engage all at the same time.
Well, I guess it depends how aggressive Lizabear wants to be, right? Because we have seen in the LCUS in the past that Luxes can be very aggressive, especially after 6. And one of Lucian's problems, he does have that dash, but he doesn't really have any great way to lock people down. So I think that Lux's prison could help him out quite a bit.
Yeah, this bot lane will really see if Lucian snowballs ahead or if Lucian sort of falls flat on his face. This also bot lane could also hinge on Lizabear's roams. I think a lot of people don't realize that because the way items are made and how fast supports, specifically mage supports, or mage bot lanes, if you want to call it that way, can get their items really fast. Roaming has actually become sort of the new meta, where you sort of just you go the level 3, level 4, give your Lucian sort of like a or your ADC a frozen wave, and it just roam to mid and gank the ever crap out of the mid or go into the bot side jungle farm. And I don't think people have realized enough of how much pressure that gives to your team. Like the amount of plays I've seen where people will go into the jungle, put a ward there, and then the jungle dies a minute later because we know where he is, right? So
Right, absolutely. So just looking at these lineups with the minute left, you're already kind of down on the bot lane for Brew City. Who do you think's going to win?
oh man, if we're going team comp wise, I have to go with Cowbell. If I'm going with like what I've seen, I have to go with Bruce City. So I would probably give it about a 60-40 on Cowbell's side because Cowbell has an easier to play comp compared to Bruce City.
All right, interesting. Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on this mid lane matchup, like you were saying. I think Ari has a good chance to be ahead. Mid and top are kind of where I'm looking, but you got to keep that eye in that bot lane. Prowler, ADC. We have Relexis also saying in chat, Cowbell has a far better comp. So we will see if momentum from Option 12's previous which way they float, because we got members from both players or on both teams from that championship team, and we're going into the skins for this first game of the night. We have requests in chat that I don't bring up Option 12's amazing reverse sweep. I don't think that's going to happen. All right. What kind of skins are we looking at? Will the load times be just 4 seconds? Joke skins on both sides. I haven't ever seen anyone play Cosmic Queen Ash. Is that one of the new ones?
No, that's an old one actually. Cosmic Queen Ash? Is it? I don't know any of the skins. I'm a fucking support main. I play like 2 champions at most. We have Team 4 skins on both sides of the teams. Come on, guys. It's like a Warwick and Urgot skin. They're not that bad. They're not that expensive to buy.
Yeah.
It's okay. Jokes.
I don't like the Lucian skin, so I guess I'll give it to Cowbell. I've always liked... Infernal...
I do...
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, after you.
I do have to shout out the obligatory Dino match in the mid lane, so there is hype around that.
Gregosaurus versus Slackosaurus. Good times. I've always kind of liked how Infernal Amumu looks, even though I think his spells sometimes are hard to see. And then, I mean, obviously, Birdo's a joke skin, but Pool Party Renekton's a joke skin, so can't complain too much about that.
Yeah, there's actually sometimes it's funny when you sometimes play like solo games. There's strategy behind what skins you can get to. Inferno Mumu is actually really good because it's so hard to see. So most people can't actually figure out when you're throwing out the Q at times. Another one is Arctic Ops Gregus, where it's really hard to see the Q and blast and the ultimate coming out sometimes because it actually blends so well in the river. So if you want to get some elo via cheesing through skins, that is one way to look at it.
And who says League of Legends isn't pay to win? We
Basically.
have clear evidence right there. A lot of pinging coming from Brew City here. Or not Brew City, from Cowbell. So we will see if there's any sort of invade.
I think it's going to be a 5-point. Both teams don't really have anything decent in the ways of invading. I can only really see Brew City actually invading here. Like a little cheese where they start from the bot side bush here and then move their way up to where Zyra is standing. Yeah, typically you can catch somebody off with that kind of movement, but yeah, it looks to be standard 5.
I mean, the teams have 3 or 4 disables each, so I mean, if they really wanted to go possibly, sub-optimally, they could...
here comes the invade from Cowbell.
Grab somebody.
Oh, that is interesting. Makes sense because Warwick typically likes to start Wraiths, but I always think you check the bush first, right? If you check the bush first, that's typically a kill there. Because Zyra then starts E. It's not great for laning phase, but hey, E means that Lucian probably has to flash immediately.
Mm-hmm. We also see that the Amumu was sitting on his first spell to possibly do a bandage toss.
Yeah. Ooh, this is an interesting route by Burn the Heretic. Wait, hello? Burn?
He might have
Ooh,
been.
that. I think he got cold feet there. He definitely got cold feet there. Honestly, I actually would have started it because your mid and top always have priority very early on. Pre-3, they're really strong. So actually doing it even if you are spotted over the ward is not necessarily bad for you. Even if you only get big chickens there, it's not that bad because you're also making sure that your side laners are wasting time dealing with you rather than getting that level 2 XP first, which is what I think both solo laners need.
Well, we'll see if it impacts him as we move forward here. J-Dog aggressively pushing to start.
I really hope he wards at 325 again. Please show me that you learn how to ward at least. He has a bad tendency to always push up like this and then immediately never ward after that. So he gets a trade there. He takes a turret shot, so it looks imbalanced, but that's only because J-Dog took a shot there by accident. I think the clears look to be pretty optimal by both junglers. You got full blue side clears from both sides. I think Amumu's going to look to gank after this camp.
Be a good idea if J-Dog keeps pushing up like that. They've got enough disables that they could really make J-Dog hurt.
So in bot lane's case, I actually want to slow push here because you're denying so much farm. You're trying to deny as much XP and farm as you can because you guys have this level lead, and you're also a lot stronger early on. Elizabeth really throwing out Qs without a care in the world for her mana pool, maybe just to try to alleviate some of the stress. Oh wow, there's first blood kill up top. Wow, I did not think that would actually happen. Wow, did he outplay a 1v2?
No, he face checked right into Cuba Libre, who was at third of a health. Just kind of wandering into the tri-bush.
Huh. Well, I guess Renekton just wins here on out, I guess. I wasn't expecting that. My bad.
We'll see what happens. I mean, J-Dog sometimes stays in lane a little too much, is wisely going back here, which I do appreciate.
He has 900. Maybe he picks up another Doran's Blade if he wants to try to cheese this lane even further. Nope, he'll pick up that pickaxe. I think he's going first item Tiamat. I don't know top lane builds. Don't at me. Oh, we gotta fight in the mid lane. Fight in the mid lane with the Galio, getting the taunt, but trades come out as even as they possibly could, although Greg just walks into the queue. He braves that queue. He's not afraid. He has heals every 10 stacks or so.
Ooh, interesting flash there.
Oh yeah, that was interesting. Because he only has TP. Maybe he forgot he had TP? Because I think you make that play if you have Ignite, because that is actually a kill if he gets it.
Yeah, I think Sligosaurus played that fight incredibly strangely. Like, he and Ari were relatively even on health. So, when the fight first started. So I almost would have thought you try to commit to that, especially if you're willing to burn Flash later, but instead he flashes in against a character who is notoriously slippy, and now here comes Burn the Heretic to try to eat you alive.
Aw, Slack, you had the freeze! You have TP, just back, man! I didn't want to interrupt there, but yeah, now this is... okay, so Burn actually does do the right thing, which is try to stop it right in front of the thing. I'm hoping that Greg notices this and notices that, oh hey, I have a freeze. Slack is not going to TP back, and he's going to actually miss, I think, about 2 waves if this is frozen properly. Maybe more than that. If he gets rid of... Yeah, if you cleave about 3 caster minions up, it's basically game over from here on in. Never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about, apparently. We have a sneaky try for Dragon.
Yeah, Burn the Heretic trying to grab that dragon, just barely gets away.
So what ends up with a death for Slack actually ends up with a better lane positioning, somehow. He comes back not missing the cannon, which is sort of why you wanted to keep that freeze there. You could have actually had Slack miss the cannon minion and XP. It looks like, oh wow, look at this dragon at level 5, let's go.
Yep, big push here.
Fridge TP's down to actually secure this. He's willing to actually give up farm, and that's a lot of... Like, he's missing cannon as well, plus another 6 minions, so that's a lot of XP he's losing. Just for the Windrake. I mean, good commitment to you, man, but I don't think that's worth.
Yeah, he is a full level and 800 gold behind up in that top lane. Big advantage for J-Dog.
And he's going to get another trip play here. I think he's going with the idea that he's already lost the lane, so he's going to help his other lanes. But you also want to hit your 6 at some point. You do want to make sure that Renekton doesn't just steamroll the game by actually snowballing off of really good leads here.
Yeah, I mean, especially when it's Renekton of all champions, right? You give him an inch, he takes 5 miles. Yeah, we got almost a... Well, not almost. It is a 2-level advantage for the moment here, but J-Dog's actually willing to go back here with a pocket of 1,400 gold.
This should be the team up, but... Oh, wow. What item is he getting first? Anybody remember what Iron Spike Whip goes into? Is that, the Eclipse build, or... I forgot what the other items are. All I know is Imperial Mandate and Ludens.
Gore Drinker is what Relexus says in chat.
Okay, Gore Drink. Okay. So that is a nice spike for the Renekton, actually. Getting that Iron Spike Whip pretty early on, it means that Sexy Fridge is going to have to play either really passively or attempt to try to freeze this wave as best he can. Of course, you know, the Renekton had the freeze, but he's giving it back to him. He's like, you know what, man? You've been having a hard time. Let me help you out here, bud.
I'm surprised. I mean, the bot lane, we see that the Ashe is relatively ahead in farm right now. So the lane is kind of been on the back foot, but nowhere near as bloody as I thought it would be.
I think Prowler's playing... Oh, Prowler, you have the freeze there, man. You gotta learn how to freeze. Especially as AD. Prowler actually, I think, now knows that he just has to wait till first level... the both of them to spike out for him to get his first 2 items. So he's happy to scale here. He doesn't want to trade. He doesn't want to fight.
All right, here comes Cowbell jumping in here right onto J-Dog. There's the ultimate as well. That is going to be a dead top laner. Can they get more? Will the Ashe... Oh, perfect hit with the Ashe Arrow, and Gregosaurus has to get away. Bot lane, meanwhile, is also having some difficulty. Good heal there, trying to keep the Lucian alive. Prowler, oh!
Oh, and that's an overcommit by the bot lane. Prowler, you used your Prowler uses his Ashe ulti upwards to actually help with that fight in the mid, but then immediately goes all in. I think Princess Peach saw a way to going in and in this case baited them both to death here. Eliza Bear picking up both the kills, which is decent if she can carry it from here. Not so great for that Lucian though. That Lucian really would have wanted a kill.
Yeah, we're gonna see Rivain is going to be having some difficulty here, I think. Lucian, the further the game goes with him not getting kills, the worse he's going to be. And Lux, of course, I mean, especially in the hands of a support like Lizabear.
This Warwick's caught. He might be able to walk out. He's going to be able to walk out.
He almost has... Now, Flash is 15 seconds away. He's in a little bit of trouble. Ooh! Well done.
That is a bad misplay from Princess Peach there. So I understand why you're scared of not moving forward, but you have to move forward there. Your life for hire, man. If you move forward there, that Warwick's always dead. And you don't get that sort of play where your E slowly misses him, as you're sort of sad that it just barely hits him. So the fact that 2 of them backed out like that too in a 2v1 scenario was also strange.
I loved Burn the Heretic there, just getting that smite in, that little bit of extra healing damage that he had.
Yeah, he just able to walk away with the sliver of health there. So that is most woefully unfortunate. J-Dog
sees that he's in a 2v1 and decides to go in and just gets eaten alive.
So this is the J-Dog special. He's help. Oh, come on. That's an unfortunate second death there. I think he thought he was strong enough, but I think he also should have realized that he hasn't hit his 1-item power spike yet. That death, all those deaths there, really helped the Sexy Fridge get back into the or this Urgot get back into the game. He's only actually, how far down are you in XP? Actually, I think they're now actually even. Yes, they are. They're basically even in XP just because of that one fight.
Yeah, about half a level.
Yep. Ooh, Heretic misses there.
Yep. We'll see if Amumu could get a good shot off here. He does have ultimate available, but it looks as though everyone's just kind of bumping heads and passing around.
Prowler unfortunately out of mana there. When that Warwick overextended, if Prowler had at least 16 more mana, that was a free kill. Unfortunately, he did not, so sad times.
Libre is popping out that Herald.
Ooh, that Herald came a little early, actually. I guess you get some money out of it, but were there no other lanes you could shove it in? I guess not. Yeah, no. Your lanes are quite passive early on.
Ooh.
Oh, Ash Arrow. It's Prowler's Comet. Just look it as it goes by.
J-Dog taking 2 turret shots. Sexy Fridge does have ults available, but looks like he misused it there.
Oh.
Animation cancel much?
Yeah, I guess so. That was a free kill, actually. Huh. Man, this top... J-Dog's really trying to give a Sexy Fridge away back in. Oh, and we have the dragon taken from... hold on, I got it. Brew City.
There you go.
There I go. That was actually a nice take. You notice that they were overcommitting a lot of their ultimates early on, so you just turn back onto it, and they really can't do much say to it now. Princess Peach, I wonder if you're gonna go Leandry's. I really hope Princess Peach does go to the Leandry's build here. Leandry's into Royalize is probably your most optimal Zyra build.
Well, we'll see what happens. This bot lane is still suffering, but only about a 400 gold differential. J-Dog's still in the lead in the top lane, but only by 600 gold compared to his earlier advantages.
Yeah, J-Dog's league is being sort of hemorrhaged by the fact, or is being stunted by the fact that this Amumu is out farming the Warwick, and the bot lane is just up almost 30 CS now.
I liked that little sidestep there, and the flash by Lizabear managed to avoid getting taken off. Good heads-up awareness there. Would like to see a few more proactive Prowler arrows, as good as that cross-map snipe that he used was.
Yeah, he's playing very much for the team and very less for his lane. I would actually agree with this statement, because as of right now, this Lucian is basically becoming more and more of a deadweight, as it is. The faster you make this Lucian a deadweight, the easier time you're going to actually have in the next 5 to 6 minutes, especially when this next dragon comes up in I think about 3-4 minutes from now.
Let's see here. Next dragon is 3 minutes, and here comes a dive. Sexy Fridge is in a lot of trouble here. Yep, just a lot of disables.
A lot of disables there. I think Fridge should have just left that tower be. I know that you've been trading pretty well, but J-Dog's been overly aggressive much, so that was sort of your way of knowing that when he plays too overly aggressive, he probably got some help.
I don't know. He's been...
Ooh.
Amumu just kind of pops in here. Hey, this is my jungle.
This is my jungle. Oh, wait, Prowler, help him out. Sorry, not Prowler. J-Dog. Prowler, use your... I guess Prowler can also help them out as well. I don't know. Oh, there's a TP behind. Here comes the Urgot. They're going to look for this 2v2 fight, but I'm not sure where this fight's leading, actually. It's going everywhere. Ahri gets out. They two go over the wall. Ahri comes back in, and oh, there's a kill, trade for trade at this moment, but it looks to be in the favor of Cowbell at this moment because you got more tanks than they have tanks.
I thought it was so funny, the Ahri dashing over the wall and then coming back. There was a real attempt for a disengage here.
Ooh, that was a nice little bind. Good ultimate from Zyra, and just literally walks out with the kill. Easy clap with the ignite.
Alright, so this is going to be the moment where Cowbell cements their lead in this game.
Yeah, they basically have now opened the game up with this mid lane turret, and the fact that they've gotten past the early game shenanigans from J-Dog. None of the laners that I expected to snowball ahead have snowball ahead, so this just gets harder for Breeze City Brawlers from here on in.
Yeah, and there really was no need for them to go in there either.
Yeah, like it was this weird half engage, half disengage from Brew City's side. They were like half of them were wanting to go in, and then when one of them retreated, the other two went, okay, we gotta go in, and then the other two wanted retreated, and one of them went back in. So it was just like this weird back and forth.
Yeah, and that's generally what you see happening a lot in games in the LCUS. You have Team B in a lead or barely hanging into the game, and then some miscommunication from the team, especially in prelims, where these aren't necessarily players who are going to be able to spend 6 to 8 weeks getting to learn how to communicate with each other.
So despite the fact that Urgot was down massively early on, he is now 4-1. And has I think he's basically tied up. Oh no, he's still 1k down from the Urgot, but he's basically back in this game. Smart decision from Brew City to actually send the Lucian topside. In this case, I'm actually going to start stating to Elizabeth that you just give up on your Lucian and go help somewhere else. Your Lucian just needs XP and farm by himself. Oh, and there's... What is going on in this bot lane? It's just bloody as heck.
Yeah, J-Dog overextended. Great arrow.
Oh, good arrow, but Ahri, Greg looks to be carrying this fight here because no one wants to hit this Ahri. They're like, Ahri, give it to me, please, baby. Looks like it's going to be fine, but takes a turret shot. Oh, nope, and Amumu's still strong.
Yeah, there's been a lot of animation canceling, undermining both of these teams here. Ahri was, Gregosaurus was moving Ahri before she could finish her attack, which led to a lot of missed damage there. But yeah, great Ash arrow from Prowler, and J-Dog overextending.
Ooh, I don't like this TP. I don't like this TP. Oh, that could have been cancelled if Prowler was a little bit closer there. Like that was one hit away from being cancelled. We have Cowbell going for the Ocean Drake here, but I don't like this just because Mumu right now is really low on HP. Oh, he smited a little too early, but he does not get punished for that thing. Here comes the Galio, help back up his teammates. Yo ho, I'm a Galio. Lucian has to flash out, and it looks like Cowbell gets that Ocean for J-Dog's life.
Yeah, I really don't know why J-Dog thought he should go into a 1v4. Maybe
I think he was thinking that they weren't bursting it hard enough. It is in the fact that there was no Prowler there at the time, so he could have imagined that he most likely was around 800, 700 HP. Libre did smite a little too early, so if he didn't, he almost costed them the dragon by accidentally smiting a little too early, and if J-Dog went a second earlier, that actually would have been a stolen from J-Dog there.
I'm also wondering if he was overestimating Ravain's damage output.
I guess so as well. I think they're like right now they're in this desperate. In their minds, what I'm thinking is we have a set limit of when we can win the game. We have to keep playing hard, and like they're basically that car that's going over the edge, and they're still hammering the gas over, hoping that it'll make them to the other side. Even though the car is like half, it's like there's no more gas. There's no reason to keep hammering the accelerator, guys. But they're like, we still got to keep hammering it. Maybe if I hammer it just a tiny bit more.
Maybe we'll catch on the air.
Yeah, maybe we get some like more speed in the air. So I feel like this is what they're being pressured into right now. It's sort of the problem with their whole team comp is that their team comp is based on snowballing early. And the fact that they're sort of on this sort of hidden timer that if they don't speed up this game to their own tempo of what they are expecting, they're just going to flat out lose from being outscaled. J-Dog's now fighting again with the Urgot by himself, but this is going to be a fight. Urgot takes this fight, and he's going to give the shutdown go back over to Renekton. We also see another kill, Zyra dying, I think getting caught in the process by that bot lane. That was very nicely done by both. I think that was
someone
Ahri
disabled this Amumu, for God's sakes. Ooh, good slow there from Prowler.
Yeah. Don't mind the Mumu, just go after the Sash every time.
Alright, and maybe they should go for the turret. I mean, there's 4 of them top, why not just go for the turret? It's right there.
Yeah, actually, yeah, that was a good point. Why not go for this turret? It's actually quite free, because you do know one's bot, one's mid, and one of them is running away.
Looks like they were briefly thinking about Baron, but changed their mind there as well. So yeah, a lot of indecision here. Maybe collapse on this Ashe and push mid? Not a...
I really wish they just hammer a decision and go. Even if it's the wrong decision, they're sort of... You can tell that they're halfway deciding. They're not... They're trying to get both sides of the pot here. Yeah, even with this chase, it's so halfly made.
Yeah.
That's all I can really say about that chase. Like, you could have caught that Ashe if you guys dedicated to that, I think, because the way you guys are pincering the Ashe, you guys would have caught up to the time. But you guys, it was like this half-meat decision where they were trying to, like, oh, maybe we can get this Galio in the back because we saw him walk towards this area, and they just couldn't decide on one or the other.
Yeah, they made 4 decisions there, and they didn't commit to any of them. But, you know, it is what it is. They did get some good action in that jungle. I'm sure they're feeling a little more confident. Gold lead is still hanging around the 2K mark. I would like some more wards out, specifically for Brew City, but both teams could use a little more vision.
We want to see more blue trinkets, actually. Blue trinkets really are helpful. One thing that people don't realize is that sometimes people just auto-move or attack move. Putting a blue trinket down really does screw up some people's animations, especially if you put the blue trinket on top of where a champion is moving. It actually messes up the AI sometimes. So just for that for that, that's actually why I like picking up blue. I like to pick up blue trinkets a lot more for that possibility.
Well, next dragon spawns in a minute, so we will see how they decide to rotate there. We do have a little bit more.
This Lucian's dead.
All the disables on that poor Lucian. Big knockup on the Warwick, so he's gone too.
Earned Heretic going in, trying to save a Lucian that was CC'd to death, unfortunately. And now they've just lost this dragon. They have to give up this dragon here.
Well, 30 seconds. Their team will be back up. If they apply a little bit of pressure, they might be able to get back in time. We'll see what happens.
Ooh, this is weird from... Okay, so from Cowbell's side, you should really be just setting up, don't do any of this. Put a bunch of wards down. Just put all your wards down and just sit in a bush and wait for them. By showing that you're doing like the wards and stuff really means, or really could tell the other team that you don't really have that many wards in here, which could mean that a sneaky little blue trinket here, when you're like say at 3k, could help them steal it. So because that you're sitting here, ward should come down right now. You see it's at 2k and they go over for it. Oh, that was really close. Unfortunate.
Yeah.
But good try.
Good effort there. Yeah, absolutely. Ace also pointing out that a lot of ultimates were used in that previous fight, so Sexy Fridge is going in with nothing.
Wait, top laners, please stop doing this. You're just baiting your teams. Okay, so this is good for Brucey. No, don't turn. They don't have ultis. You guys win this.
Yeah, I think lack of ult awareness there, because I mean, while Ashe does get her ult incredibly fast, there's no way that Slackosaurus and Libre have their ults available yet.
So that was probably the best time for them to take the fight, try to get a kill or two, and then just snap Aaron there. The fact that the J-Dog getting caught, I guess dying, was sort of a catalyst of them trying to face check a dragon, so him dying. Fridge going in though, a little more questionable in my opinion. You don't need to do that. You ready taking the dragon, you ready got a kill. If you just turn on the Burn looks to be chased here.
Pixels.
Oh, that was so yeah, Pixels there. Oh, going in. Hello. Oh, hello. There's the ultimate. There's the oh my eyes. What am I watching? Oh god.
A lot of abilities missing there. I think Lizabear's
Someone
laser.
get me to leak holy water.
Lizabear's laser threaded the needle between every champion in the game right there.
She's trying to play football. She's getting her football game up.
And then the Peach's ult missed as well, or only hit 1 as opposed to 3. J-Dog really wants to go in, but his team won't let him.
His team just needs to split. Like, what they're doing right now is somewhat decent because the Lucian slowly gets back in the game with farming. Where you saw like a 50, or was it like a 30 to 40 CS differential in the bot lane is now only a 20 CS.
I actually really like this game awareness by Ravane. He was going to go back, but then he sees that no one's coming down to him, so he takes a whole other wave.
Now, if Cowbell sees this, what Cowbell should do is snap onto Baron right now. Like, snap on it. Because you do know that this Lucian has to back and has to walk on in. So you're always going to be getting a 5v4 because you also have a Galio as well. Well, yes, you are going over like a ward or so, but you are dictating them where to come in. Because most likely you're warding both entrances, and you're basically going, we're starting the Baron, you have to come at us, because if you don't, we burst it down, because we have an Amumu, we have a Zyra, and we have an Ashe.
Well, hopefully these players can tighten up their game decision making if we see them in games 2 and or 3.
Yes.
But we'll see. They could grab the Galio here. Warwick and Lucian together could probably burst Galio down, but instead they are going back, or at least Warwick is.
Hextech Rocket Belt on the Galio. I guess that's the build you go for if you're doing a speedy Galio build with Predator Poots.
Another 2 minutes for another Ocean Dragon.
Another 2 minutes. This is actually where I state to people that this is a perfect time to Dragon here. Sorry, Baron. Your Warwick, your Lucian is down here, and you assume that at most there's 4. I don't know why the Warwick's walking down here. This is okay. There's the start. There's the start. Okay, here we go. So at this point, this is where J-Dog's gonna walk in. Notice it. He's gonna call everybody up here. You're gonna start to see both carries that are not in this fight are gonna pull up. J-Dog gets caught, unfortunately, but that's sort of the life as being top laners who have to face check everything for their team. They're going to turn back onto this Baron, I think. Yep, they're going to start this Dragon again.
I was really surprised J-Dog waited until the last minute to use his ult.
Oh, he did? Okay, that's unfortunate. Zyra should stay up here, actually. There's a chance that the Warwick just jumps in and steals it. I felt it. And also there's... Oh, wow, that was no smite from Amumu. Oh, buddy, Amumu, you are lucky. That Amumu forgot the smite. That was 73 HP in a dream. Don't underestimate the power of an ultimate from a Lux. This is also where I'm going to say that Luden's was actually better than Leandri's. Yes, I understand that you have 2-3 tanks here, but very typically the burn, and I think this is a dead Ahri, so good flash out. Misses the charm, unfortunately, but there is 4 here, so you really can't defend this anyway. Ravane is trying something, I guess?
He's being slightly distracting. I mean, that is a strategy in this situation.
That is a strategy, yes indeed.
You have to stall for time while your team gets back on their feet. Dragon is up now, or will be in.
Oh, don't face check! Don't face check!
Ooh, good stun on Peach there. One more hit, very
good
nice.
Stun. Oh, that was actually a good blast cone. Unfortunate because that was Cowbell who launched it, and this might actually be a kill. Oh, that was just missed because Dragon is the savior of Amumu's. Oh, that's unfortunate. They do get the Ocean Soul, but this fight does not turn around for Brew City Brawlers, unfortunately.
Yeah, no one's durable enough to survive a fight against Slackosaurus, Libre, and anyone to help.
That was a good Ashe ultimate, but unfortunately no one really has anything to catch up. Oh, that was a good Urgot ultimate to catch up afterwards. Running in straight lines is not what you want to do against an Urgot.
Yeah.
The true MVP of this match is obviously Dragon, Ocean Dragon there, because that actually saved the Amumu from not getting hit from the Lux ultimate, which I think would have been enough to kill, and given the Warwick enough chance to smite it. And I think this is game.
Yeah, it looks quite like it was. Nice little flash dash combo there from Slackosaurus. So we're just looking for a finishing blow here. Will they be able to, will they have the confidence to go through with it, though? I think they should. They have some very powerful champions right now.
And this is just formality at this point. End of game. Trying last sense defense.
Ooh, nice
and
little move there.
Nice little charm. Yeah, destroy their KDAs. Get rid of their KDAs. GG.
Alright. So a few glimmers of hope for Brew City, but ends up Cowbell's victory. And I am not getting a victory.
Yeah, I'm not getting a victory prompt as well. I'm just gonna exit the game.
I'm gonna give it a second. Let's just zoom in here. Look at J-Dog. He's dead.
He's dead.
It's right there. Urgot standing on him. He's got kind of a comical face. Alright, so the game is broken. That's lovely. Thanks, Riot. So we'll go to a downtime screen here and we will exit. Oh, it does actually show the score screen. Perfect. So let's go to the score screen. Alright. So great job by Libre on this Amumu. 8-1 and 9. Absolutely insane. Let's check out some fun graphs. Damage to champions. I mean, we do see the fruits of J-Dog's labor here, being one of the higher damage to champions.
Mm-hmm.
Though, of course, didn't quite manage to make much happen with it because he was generally running in alone.
Yeah, having that lead and him throwing it away, it seems to be his calling card here.
Check out some vision here. Yeah,
nothing against it, but it always is like when you see him ahead, there's like this ticking timer where you're like, how long does it take before he just ends up like accidentally throwing it away? His first death wasn't technically his fault because it was like this sort of call to try to fight for the rift. But that second death where he tried to 1v2, albeit I think it was because he overestimated his damage possibly, still was a bit weird in the sense of why.
Yeah, why is a good question. I also definitely want to see more wards. Those ward scores were not that impressive. But we do need to take a quick break here before we head into our second game of this gym class feeders. So do not go anywhere, that is. Be right back.